Hello amigos, what's going on? My name is Sebas and in this video I'm going to show you how to get started with FPV. Okay guys, let's be honest. FPV is a quite complex topic and it definitely will take some time to get into all these things. So I'm gonna explain how I get started in FPV myself. I'm not into FPV for such a long time by myself, but I teamed up with Team Black Sheep and they are one of the biggest brands in this industry. And they didn't only send me some stuff for the drone, but they also connect me with a few pilots out there. And of course I asked them for help and how they got into the hobby. So I want to share the knowledge I just got from them with you guys. The first thing you need to know, at the beginning you don't need much because almost everybody nowadays starts flying in a simulator. And flying in a simulator does not only save your money, but also train your flight skills. And this is something you definitely have to do, especially when you want to get some cinematic, cool looking footage where you fly through gaps and close to objects. You don't want to crash your drone every time you fly. So go in a simulator, train your flight skills and get better every day. Most of the pilots I spoke to recommend me to spend 50 to 100 hours in a simulator before you get your hands on a real drone. So I already spent around 60 hours I think, and yeah, so I'm ready to build my first drone. But before we do that, in the next video I'm going to show you a little bit of a simulator and how to control your drone. To fly in a simulator you just need a radio controller like this one here. This, for example, is the Tenaris QX7, but there are a bunch of others out there of course. And I would recommend to spend like around 150 to 200 euros on a radio controller, because this is something you can use like forever, because you can connect multiple drones to your controller and use this one for each drone you're going to build in the future. That's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, definitely choose a good controller right in the beginning so you don't have to buy another one. This controller also has a slot for an external module, and this is important if you want to install like the TBS Crossfire, which is important when it comes to flight range. But I will definitely make a separate video about the TBS Crossfire in the future. In the beginning you just need the controller to get started. Simply connect the controller to your computer and you are able to fly the drone in the simulator. To fly the drone you basically need those two gimbals. But you also have a few switches to arm the drone or switch fly modes. This gimbal axis is the throttle, so you basically speed up the propellers to get altitude or speed. This gimbal axis is the yaw axis. You turn the drone left or right on the horizontal axis. This gimbal axis is the pitch axis. So by pitching the drone forward and give a little bit of throttle, you speed up the drone. The last gimbal axis is the roll axis. So you basically roll the drone left or right. After you understand how the controller is working, it's time to get into the simulator. There are a few FPV simulators out there on the market right now and they all do a quite good job. I mean, they're made to practice your flight skills, so you can basically get any one of those and train your skills. But I tried two of them by myself. I think they are the most popular ones. So I want to show you those two simulators I just used and share my thoughts on them. The first one is Liftoff. Liftoff is definitely the best simulator when it comes to graphics, and the flight simulation is quite good and you get used to it very quick. The other one is Velocidrone. Velocidrone is the recommendation of the most pilots, mainly because you have Betaflight integrated. Betaflight is more or less the operating system of your drone. So that's where you can set all your controller settings, how sensitive your controls are, and all this kind of stuff. So in Velocity Drone you have the opportunity to use the exact same settings like on your real drone, and that's definitely a big plus. Besides of that, both simulators feels quite good, and you definitely practice your flight skills in both of them. I'm still not sure which of those two simulators I prefer as a beginner, so I switch between both of them just to get practice on different maps. As I already said earlier in this video, I have around 60 hours of flight time in the simulator, so don't think it's that easy how it just looks in the video. The first couple of hours was really hard, and I just crashed my drone every 1 or 2 seconds. But you definitely get used to it. Just stick to the simulator and practice more. In the next video of this series, I'm going to tell you what parts you need to build your own FPV drone. So subscribe to this channel, and I see you in the next video.